Hi everybody. Yeah, I know, right? So today I want to talk about being a camp worker. Is it for you? First, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I would like to remind you, if you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Anyhow, I want to talk about camp working right now. Do you know that in just the last 2 days, I've gotten 2 more job offers to be a camp worker? There are still plenty of jobs. I mean, we're in March. We're going into the second week of March. There are still plenty of camp worker jobs out there. And I want to let you know some of the myths about it. One of the myths is that you have to have an RV. Not true. You can have a van, because the fact is there are camp working jobs that are out boondocking. You have a camp host, and it is still out in the middle of nowhere, and those usually last, you could stay forever. And you know, part of boondocking is you have to move every 14 days. Those can be for singles and or couples. Um, Another myth is that you have to be in an RV park. It's the same thing. You don't have to be in an RV park. You don't have to be in an RV resort. I got a I got a job offer yesterday for Northern California, working on a lake where I would actually be working in a tackle shop. Now, this is a job, you guys, and what it does is it pays by the hour. The shift is 6 to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You not only get a free pad and free electricity, you get paid by the hour. There are some killer jobs out there. It all depends on what's right for you. Are you single, or are you a couple? Um, I know a lot of camp workers that go out in vans, and the ones that are in the middle of nowhere, and and they and they love it. They thrive. You know, I I gotta tell you guys, where I'm at is free. It's free. If I didn't have a $500 a month payment on my RV, um, I wouldn't be paying anything here. I mean, I don't have to have propane. Everything in my house will run on electricity, and I get free electricity. I get free water, free dump, everything right here on my slab. And I work. My schedule is 3 days, 2 days. Now these are by the week. 1 week I work 3 days, then I work 2 days, then I work 2 days, and then I work 3 days. It averages out to 60 hours a month, 15 hours a week, you guys. Now, if you're a couple, some places ask you to work 20 hours a week. As a couple, they ask you to work 30 hours a week. And if you are a couple, they'll put one as a groundskeeper and one in the office. Um, I have a job offer as a trail manager, and they offered me a cabin, and or I can park my RV beside the cabin, and all I do is clean trails all day long. I don't even have to clean campsites. There's no camping there. So there are so many jobs still to be had. I mean, like I'm telling you, 2 this week. I've had a total of 15 job offers. And you know, I there's so many perks to being a camp worker. Um, you don't have to move all the time, but you got to read the fine line. Some of them want you to commit to 3 months. Some want you to commit to 5, 6 months. Read that fine line, because if you get in with one company, you can go back every season, or it can be like mine. It turned into full time, you guys. So um, read the fine line and make sure that if you take that job and you sign on that dotted line, you're going to be there for 90 days, 120, for 5 to 6 months. Stay. Stay. Because they depend on you, like you depend on them to pay your space rent, or make sure your electricity's going. As a camp worker, I'm in a place that has over 1,100 places, parking spots. Um, uh, and I would say probably 100 camp workers are here. With that being said, I don't really associate with the residents. and I only do that for a reason. I don't go to the concerts, and I'm more than invited. I mean, anybody who lives here, resident or a camp worker, treats me as an equal. They don't look down on you. They don't treat you bad. But I just don't get on a personal level with the residents simply because my job depends on how I act at work. And a lot of people, and you know this, that if you upset them or piss them off outside of work, they're going to associate it with your job, and they could go to your boss and complain. So I don't attend any of the tournaments. I don't go to the dances. I don't go to the concerts. I don't go to bingo. I don't go to yoga. I don't do water aerobics. I don't do any of it. None of it. I stay to myself and I hang with the camp workers, because the camp workers aren't going to, for the most part, stab you in your back or go tell the boss you're doing a rotten job and you'll end up losing your job. You do it how you want, but the thing is we still have to be friendly. You know what I'm saying? So if I didn't pay a $500 a month payment on my RV, the only thing that I would be paying would be registration and insurance. And that would be divided by 12. You guys can't beat that. You cannot beat that. It's cheaper than boondocking. Seriously, come on now. Being a camp worker, you're not, especially in an RV resort or an RV park, you don't have, if you have a rig like mine where I can switch everything over to electricity, yeah, then you're not paying for propane. You're not paying for gas for generators. You're not buying batteries for your solar. You're not putting gas in your rig to travel around. Do you see what I'm saying? So if I didn't have a $500 a month payment on my RV, the only thing I would be paying out would be insurance and registration divided by 12, which is what, maybe $100 a month? Can't beat it. You can't, and I sacrifice 2 days a week for 6 hours? Yeah, you can't beat it. The jobs that I've been offered, let me tell you how I found these jobs, okay? My old rig was not drivable, and I was still going to try and limp my way down to Ehrenberg. I've told you guys this story, and I got blessed with 2 jobs at RV resorts. How I found them is all I did was a Google search, camp working. That was it, you guys. And this job and its sister property came up. I was hired at both places the same day, within 8 hours. So, and once you get in the door, that job is always available to you for the next season, if you do a good job. And not only that, if you want to go full-time, let's face it, living out in the middle of nowhere is very hard. I do like the comforts of a home. See my new chair? It was a gift. I just got it. I have to rearrange my house tonight. But I like the comforts of home. I like taking a shower. I like barbecuing. I like watching TV. I like being on the internet. There's so much. It's just like being in a regular house, and I can't beat that at my age. Do I miss boondocking? I have to tell you guys, it was an incredible experience. And if I had got a camp working job out, say, on BML land as a host, I would have took that. Any place where I could have been stationary and close to a town so I could get supplies. You've got doctors, you've got stores, you've got grocery stores. I mean, the gifts, you guys, I get, this was a gift today. I get so many gifts here. I get food. I get clothes. I get appliances. I get furniture. I get so many gifts from residents who are appreciative, or they're leaving and they don't want to take it with them. They're so appreciative of that smile, of that nice gesture. And a lot of places will, when the job ends, offer you money for the job above and beyond, a bonus for the job that you did and for staying as long as you did for completing your contract. So is camp working for you? Are you new at this? You know, have you been out and had the danger issues that I did? Are you a single female? Because there are jobs for singles. Moi. The job up in Northern California is for a single. All you got to do is know how to run a cash register. They'll train you. Yeah, they have tons of jobs for singles. Not only camp working jobs where your rig is sitting somewhere. Hang on. I'm back. My phone rang and my video's gonna stop. Oh no, I don't want a two-parter. Where was I? But there's jobs where you go pick fruit trees. There's jobs everywhere. Everywhere. I still have a job waiting for me in Northern Nevada if I decide not to stay here. I mean, I will sign another contract at the end of March or the end of April. My contract is actually up here. The first contract is up here end of April. And at the end of April, if I don't want to stay, I can leave because I haven't signed a new contract to be full-time. I'm on the schedule for full-time, but I haven't signed that contract yet. But I still have a job waiting for me in Northern Nevada on the YouTube border. I mean, on the Idaho border. There's another job in Northern Nevada. I call it Northern Nevada. That's next to California. There's a job in Oregon. There's a job in Montana. There's tons of jobs. I mean, tons of jobs in California, especially Northern. One of my buddies who works the gate with me, he's going to San Diego. He's not coming back here next year. They've offered him a full-time there. So there's so many jobs out there that you can pick and choose. And you know, I did a video in January, right before the RTR, and I said, look, there's going to be a booth out there. They're going to be hiring boondockers. So I got an itch. They're going to be hiring boondockers. So if you want a job, you really need to get your apps out before the RTR. Well, you know what? I'm still being contacted. Still. So if you'll go down to some of my videos in January, you will see where I have listed some of the places where you can go online and apply. Some of them are BML, some of them are forestry, some of them are private-owned companies. Or just go on Google and Googling camp working. You know, I didn't really know what I was going to do when I hit the road on September 1st, 2016. I knew that I desired to be away from the everyday grind, the bullshit. I didn't want to be a part of it anymore. And boondocking, I've always been a gypsy. I've never been happy just sitting in one spot. And so I wasn't happy. And so when I left out on September 1st, I was really excited, you guys, scared, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm telling you, common sense, I learned everything on my own by doing it. That's why I preach and preach and preach. Don't pay nobody to learn how. You know, I'm not cutting those who go out and support channels. You know, I've had a couple supporters, and I really appreciate it. You know, I know that there are a lot of YouTubers out there who use that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month plus the gifts to survive on. I get that, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying don't do it because you want to learn. You're gonna learn. Just make sure everything in your rig works. That's all you have to do, and it takes one night in that rig. One night. That's it. And I gave you guys in my last video, when I was walking, I told you about the extended stay. Now, if you're in an RV, that's not necessarily all that great for a van, okay? Or a truck or whatever you have that you converted into your home. But my old RV had just a 9.5 gallon propane tank. It was almost impossible for me to make it 14 days when my refrigerator ran on it constantly, as did my water heater. So those are for people who have small propane tanks. My new one has 25 gallon tank. I would never run out in 14 days. But what I'm saying is that's a real big help. You will learn. You will learn. My thing today is think about it. You know, what would it hurt to spend 3 months, 6 months exploring the side of a camp worker? You're still nomadic. You are still nomadic. Nothing says you're going to be there in 5 months. Nothing says you're going to be there after 3 months. You are still a nomad. I'm still a nomad. Think about it. You know what? Everything as a nomad is a new experience. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm telling you, it's cheaper for what I do right now than it ever was when I was out boondocking. Absolutely. Absolutely. I used to spend, $50, $60 a month in generator gas. Yeah, I did. Out boondocking. I used to spend, for gas for my rig, anywhere from 40 to 60 a month to travel to and from town. I used to spend a lot of money to do laundry. And I still spend money, but I'm going to tell you, there are camp working jobs that will pay for your laundry. They'll pay for your internet. They'll pay for your cable TV. It's so worth looking into. So search your heart, search your soul, and think about it. Is camp working good for me? And then go look. There's something out there for all of us. That whatever your needs or your wants or your desires, it's there. It's there, you guys. I see it everywhere. So this is just my little voice to you, letting you know there are still plenty of jobs. Still plenty of camp working jobs for the summer. And unlike me, I'll be down here in Phoenix where it's getting hot. You guys will be up in a nice cool area because it's now their season. Because it's cooler the higher you go. Be blessed. Have a good day. And remember to love yourself, because if you don't love you, ain't nobody gonna love you. Bye-bye.